Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
We are a nation in decline.
Experts are preparing for what is known as Disease X, or the next pandemic.
What we are seeing is a revolution against the system.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Rise and Grind with Vince Tagliavia, my live show where we talk about the news and events in the world and things having to do with society and the global situation, health, and more, even finance and politics and all of it. So welcome, one and all. I think it's about time I produce a new intro. Let me know what you think. If there's any recommendations or tips or anything, let me know if I should change that intro up. Maybe just modify it a little bit. I don't know. I think it just needs an update. It's already 3 months old as it is March 4th, 2024. So, I mean, every 3 or 4 months, maybe switch it up a little, update it, keep it current with the times, right? Because the clips in that intro are from January or December, end of December, beginning of January. So I think it's time to update it. Anyway, we're going to just hang out for a minute here, let people file in. We're just going to talk about all of the most prevalent news of the day. And that's what we're going to do tonight. Thank you, Smitten Kitten, for hitting the red pill over there and tuning in on Pilled, one of my favorite free speech platforms. Hello, Roxy. Tuning in over there on D Live. New show time. Yeah, I've been really all over the place, and I apologize for that. But yeah, we're live today at 4. Typically, it is at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. But today, 4. Tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. And hopefully we could stick to this. But I'll do something every day, no matter what, because I have to shuffle things around a little bit sometimes, but you could always tune in later if need be. And so that's the situation there. Roxy, thanks for asking. By the way, everybody, please take the time, go to my website, subscribe over on everywhere you want, everywhere you might want. So YouTube, Rumble, D Live, Pilled if you've got it. But I post different things everywhere. Pilled, we're going to be doing a exclusive live stream over there soon this week. If not this week, definitely 100% by this weekend, you guys will get an exclusive just for the Pilled people. And I think we're going to have a fun one. I think we're just going to do something lighthearted. We're going to look at all of the memes and all of the memes and funny things that I've curated over the past month or so. We're going to go back through, do a little hangout and just look at funny stuff and just kind of relax and unwind and have a good time instead of all the doom and gloom and all this crazy stuff. I think that'd be fun for us over there on Pilled. So tune in. I'll let you know. I'll make a post and I'll let you know when that's scheduled and planned. But it's pretty much produced. We just got to schedule it and get it done. I'm very busy, so I appreciate all of your patience with my shows here. Thank you, Roxy Loyola, for tuning in over on YouTube. She writes, "Hi from San Diego, California. I love San Diego. Actually, I am a Californian, born and raised. I grew up there, but I've since moved. But there's a special place in my heart for Southern California, San Diego. Wow, beautiful place. Thank you for tuning in, Roxy." And if anybody's new out there, please subscribe. I've got a lot of plans, a lot of shows, a lot of this, a lot of that, and I appreciate the support. Half the world is night. Thank you as well for tuning in on Rumble. What a beautiful day. Oh, Spittin' Kitten too. And we'll leave it at that. Last but not least, thank you so much. By the way, on YouTube now, you guys could join and become members and get VIP benefits. It's just $2.99 a month for VIP, and you get exclusive things in the chat, and it helps support me, helps me get new equipment, helps me keep the ball rolling, and I really appreciate that. You could also become a VIP Plus member, in the next tier. And in that, you could actually dictate what content I create. So you could say, Vince, I want you to make a video about trees or whatever topic you want. And I'll make a video. I'll produce a video about that topic. And I think it's going to be a fun thing for the people that support me. You could do a political topic. You could do a social topic, a news topic, or just really a gardening topic, a fishing topic, whatever your interests are. I'm happy to cover them and explore them with you and create a video. And I think it'll be a fun thing. So if you want to support me in that way, you can go to YouTube on the desktop, click join, and I hope to see you there. And I look forward to that. So thank you all for your support. And also, I need to update my website with this. You won't find this there, but I am on TikTok. I just started uploading and updating those videos. So if you want a glimpse into just some personal BS and photos and some videos that I put on there, you could follow me on TikTok. Just search my name, VinceTagliavia, and you'll look for my logo. The V, I thought I had it. This logo. And that's me on TikTok. So follow me over there. Half the world does not likes the late shows because they're at work in the morning. Okay. Well, I'm glad it's working out for you. Thumbs up. Let's get into the news. Why don't we? Without further ado. Do not check your retirement accounts and your portfolios. The market didn't do so good today. Actually, the S&P 500 is only down 0.12%, but slightly red. Gold saw a high of $2,123.40 is where it sits now, and it's been around there. It really rose lately. Curious to see where Bitcoin is today. I haven't checked. Holy smokes. Bitcoin's up 8.35%. Bitcoin is valued at $68,346.27. 68,000 Bitcoin. Holy smokes. Just February 25th, it was 51,000 something. So in just a week, it's increased so much. Holy moly. Wow, 68,000. Those Bitcoin people are happy today. And Bitcoin's an interesting topic. I think we're going to dive into a little more. I'm not a financial expert or anything, an expert on anything for that matter, but there's some interesting theories out there and some history and this and that. I think it'll be a fun topic, and I need to learn more, but I am in that process, so we could look forward to that. Anyway, finance in a nutshell here. We've got a meme to explain it. The best way for things to be explained in this modern age. Bidenomics, it's actually, I don't know why I said it's a meme, but it's actually just a chart showing us kind of the status here on the change in prices since January 2020. And as we can see here, it is a little bit more of a realistic look of where we're at. So 2020 over here starting, and right now, groceries, dining out are between 20 and 30% increased. And all items are about 20% increased. This is according to data from the Labor Department. The interesting thing about this, you're looking at about 20 to 25% increases in groceries, dining out, and just everything in general. And it's based on seasonally adjusted consumer price index. The data that we get, though, often is like inflation's decreasing. Things are looking good, this kind of like positive spins on it. But we all go to the store all the time, and we all have to make purchases, and it's obvious. It's 20 to 25% is probably, on some things even low still. Some things have like doubled or tripled in price, but I guess if you average it all out, maybe it's 20%. Definitely different than the basket that they use, and they tell us, this percent, that percent, very low percentage, where they just take things and average a certain group of items instead of looking at everything. Anyway, it's just the data. How they look at the data is just so silly. All right, let me go to the chat here real quick. All right. Good night, Cordova. Take care. Thank you for tuning in real quick. Hope to see you soon. And hello, Poonslayer over there on Pilled. Good to see you. Excuse me. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Interesting. So we had a story. Hi, Christy Beck. We had a story last year where there was a train in the United States and it spilled a bunch of ammonium nitrate all over the tracks, is the official story. And people speculate that maybe it didn't. That sounds crazy, like a whole train full of this stuff. It's just really weird. And it kind of just fizzled away. We have another accident with fertilizer, at least not in the United States. Still an important thing to note here. SHTFplan.com reported on this. There's been a Houthi attack. A cargo ship carrying 21 metric tons of fertilizer sank in the Red Sea. 21,000 metric tons of fertilizer in the Red Sea. They wrote, a cargo ship sank in the Red Sea after an attack by Houthi militants taking about 21,000 metric tons of fertilizer down with it. This is posing a significant environmental risk to one of the world's busiest waterways and the home of many coral reefs. The Ruby Mar cargo vessel was struck by an anti-ballistic missile fired by the Iranian-backed Houthis on February 18th and sank early Sunday after slowly taking on water since the attack. The U.S. Central Command posted about the attack on social media early Sunday local time, March 2nd, 2024, detailing this ship. Says here, quote, the approximately 21,000 metric tons of ammonium phosphate sulfate fertilizer that the vessel was carrying presents an environmental risk to the Red Sea, CENTCOM said, adding that the ship, quote, also presents a subsurface impact risk to other ships transiting the busy shipping lanes of the waterway. I wonder why. Maybe just because of the interaction of the ship and the pollution. I don't know. But yeah, ammonium phosphate sulfate fertilizer. I believe this is extremely flammable, if not it has the potential to explode. I think we saw an explosion in Beirut a few years ago that looked like a nuclear blast from this stuff being stored inside of a warehouse. So let me verify that. Is this, let's see the traits of this substance here, this fertilizer, ammonium phosphate sulfate. And real quick, just give me a moment. This is live research. Okay. Not that easy to find out, but if anybody knows, if there's any people out there that have more general knowledge than I do, please let me know. I'd appreciate that. And we're just going to move on for now because I can't find an exact good source here at the moment. What will that do to the sea? Is it sealed? No, Smitten Kitten. I think it is getting, it's just in the sea now. It's not like, I don't know, actually. I don't know, but they say it's a problem. It's polluting it. So I assume that it's not sealed and that it's just being released into the environment. Hi, Army Rangers. Thank you. You write, hope everyone is having a great day. I hope you're having a great day too. It's not bad for me. Not bad. That's for sure. Thanks for tuning in. All right. What else do we got here? We've got Oregon. I want to talk about Oregon. I have a series right now out, and I posted it on Rumble, and I posted it on YouTube. Pilled folks, definitely go check it out if you get the chance. It is my A Nation in Decline series where I'm highlighting various series and the statistics and the images and what is currently going on that is attributing to this nation in decline. And it's a really sad series, sobering tissues. And let me know what other cities you want me to cover in that, or small towns, cities, or if you have information or pictures or videos, definitely send them my way and let me know if I could use them and you want me to cover something else. I'm going to keep the series going. So far, I have San Francisco, A Nation in Decline, San Francisco, and A Nation in Decline, Portland, Oregon. And they're both so sad. I can't watch them. It just brings a tear to my eye. But it's a series that I think is important. It sheds a light on the truth, which if we're going to improve these cities, San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, New York, Austin, Texas, Los Angeles, I mean, just off the top of my head, all these big cities and not so big cities are just experiencing a decline in population, a decline in businesses wanting to stay there as well, which attributes to the population problem. You've got a rise in crime. You've got rise in migrants. You've got a rise in different statistics, and it's a horrible thing to see. So, I mean, it needs to be acknowledged by everybody if we're ever going to improve the country as a whole, right? First, it's like an addict. They have to admit they have an addiction first before they can become sober, right? I think that's a good analogy for the United States. We have to admit we're in decline before we can take action into not being in decline. Why am I talking about this? Well, because I care about the country, first of all, but we've got some developments from Portland in the recent days. Oregon lawmakers have passed a bill to recriminalize drug possession. I'm not sure. I don't think the governor, the Democrat governor, has signed this yet, but it was headed her way, and I haven't seen an update on it yet. I was looking earlier today. Let me know if you guys have any updates or whatever. You could always tag me on x.com, VinceTagliavia. You could find me, search me there. But so basically this bill would recriminalize possession. If you remember a while ago, they decriminalized possession of drugs in many cities like Seattle, Portland, etc. And it's just led to a lot of homeless people on the streets using in public and the police not being able to do anything about it. I don't think this is like the end all be all solution for Portland by any means. I think it makes it a misdemeanor to use drugs in public, for example. I think that this just puts a burden on local jails, and it's a lot of work for the police officers too. But I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. However, a lot of people are actually saying this is a horrible thing. You got a lot of kind of activists on the left that are saying this is disparaging towards the BIPOC community, and that it's racist and that it's bad and all this. And I don't know. We'll take a look at those protests, but I want to show you just like the first or like a section of my A Nation in Decline Portland video real quick, and just a quick segment of it, and then we'll talk about this Portland situation a little bit more.
They also say they meet every morning trying to figure out how to use resources to deal with hotspots of drug use.
Is Portland over? And tonight we begin a series of reports focusing specifically on the homeless crisis. And I start tonight by taking you to a neighborhood that's simply overwhelmed. It's a snapshot in time documenting the cycle of this human tragedy.
It's gone. Portland is a hollowed out shell of what it used to be. Businesses are fleeing and people are leaving for greener pastures.
So sad. Oh my goodness. I posted it on X if you want to check it out there. My gosh. So anyway, let's talk about this a little bit more. Like I said, people are protesting this. I think that so it's supported by less than 50% of the public supports it. I think it was like, according to one poll, like 56% or 56% of people oppose it, something like that. So, but it looks like it may pass. The governor said that she is open to something like this. They actually declared a state of emergency in January because of this. And that is when she came out and said, yeah, I support something along those lines. So we'll see if they implement this and what happens. But there's already these protests. One person said, quote, looks like a city council or something. This is Unite Oregon Co-Deputy Director Nahaman Eden sharing a powerful testimony with Oregon earlier this month. It's time for lawmakers to listen, it says. So she said that as a Black Oregonian, I know House Bill 4002 will inflict more harm and violence on Black and Brown communities. So that is one of the concerns for people not in favor of this. We also had another protest right here from Unite Oregon again. And I'll show you the video and what they wrote here. They wrote, lawmakers are dismissing the concerns of most Oregonians who oppose recriminalizing addiction, making false promises about their bill's impact on arrests and disregarding warnings from BIPOC organizations. Today, our visibility will speak volumes, even if our voices are silenced. And this is the video they posted in protest of this, along with their message. People standing, they're wearing all black. They're wearing black over their mouths. And they are not happy with the criminalization of possession because they feel that it negatively affects minorities, I guess, or parts of the community unfairly or something. So this is the thing. I mean, if you don't want law and order for whatever reason, right? Some people don't want it, obviously. If they don't want it, I mean, we can all agree that it's a little out of hand, right? Seattle, New York, Los Angeles, Portland. It's a little out of hand. A lot of issues, a lot of crime, a lot of drug use, a lot of overdoses, which is one of the main factors Oregon declared an emergency, is because the large amount of overdoses. There's a problem. We could all agree on that, right? If we can't, then we need to go back a little bit and restart again and start looking at this again. But I think most people can agree it's a little out of hand. A lot out of hand, some people even say, like I think. And if law and order isn't a good step towards some kind of improvement or deterrence, at least to open use in the public and get some tourists back in town and make people feel safe walking to the grocery store again in town or in the city, what's the solution? I don't think that this bill or this being a law would fix it. I think it might impact it. I don't think it's going to fix it. I think that we probably have to do some work on the southern border with Mexico to stop the drugs coming in. I think we have to do various things in order to drastically improve the situation beyond just one single state. But, you know, it's a very complicated situation. Let me know what you guys think. What's the solution to this? I think it's a very complicated thing, and it's a question that has been asked by so many, and it's hard to find clear answers. You know, what's the solution to homelessness? What's the solution to the drugs that are so prevalent in our cities and even our rural communities now? What's the solution? It's a difficult one, and we certainly are throwing a lot of money at this and seeing no improvements in a lot of these cities and states. So that's not the answer, clearly. It's actually getting worse as we throw tons of money at it. So hopefully we can improve this, but it's going to take a long time, a very long time, like a decade plus, in order to see this thing turn around, unless people really buckle down right now and start working towards it. But it's going to be a lot of work in our future. Hopefully we can turn the ship around. Turn the ship around. Put that on a t-shirt. Christy, the solution is standing together and fighting back. Thank you. We need to get our crap together and agree that what's happening and take our shit and our lives and land, our freedom back. Army Ranger says all large cities are. Wow. Thank you all for your feedback here. Let me, I'm just checking these comments real quick and we'll move on. Let's see. Let me give you a little, I need to refresh that. All right. Hi, Army Mom. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in over there on the YouTube. Appreciate it. All right. Well, onward. If you could check out more on that, check out what I've posted over the weekend in the Nation in Decline series on YouTube and Rumble and on x.com. Thank you, Army Mom. Yeah, please hit the like and follow and share to support. Thank you, Army Mom, for the reminder. Definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell as well, just in case my time shifts. you'll be notified. I'm trying to post as well on X and on my YouTube community page any changes that happen as we go, kind of notify you, hey, no show today, or shows early, shows late, random show middle of the week, random show on the weekend, or hey, I uploaded some new content. The bell helps you get notified. Come support it, come enjoy it, and comment on it, and let's talk about all these things, because I don't have all the answers. I appreciate the discourse and the feedback from y'all. Anyway, here we go. A big win for America is today's title because of this here. Democrats announce a bill. Well, this isn't the win. The win is that the Supreme Court unanimously ruled that former President Donald Trump can remain on the ballot and that states cannot remove candidates under the 14th Amendment. So this is great news. This is in relation to Colorado. The Supreme Court ruled 9-0 that he could be allowed to stay on. But apparently right after this decision today, Democrats announced a bill to kick Trump off the ballot immediately. So they're not stopping, right? They're not stopping, but this is still a huge win. It's unconstitutional, and it's so ironic too. It's like, this is the thing everyone says, like, we need to protect democracy. We need to protect our democracy. Our democracy is in danger. And everyone else is like, it's a democratic republic, not a democracy. Second of all, isn't it weird that removing somebody from the ballot is a measure being taken to protect democracy when democracy is the majority of the people voting on something, but then you're totally interfering with that process? That's kind of the argument that I see a lot, and it is quite ironic and silly if you really think about it and understand what's going on. But congratulations, Trump, and thank goodness that the justice system isn't so corrupt that we're not at this point, at least a little bit in the right direction. A lot of work to go, and this is going to be quite the year. Trump didn't seem very enthusiastic about it in his speech today when he addressed this. He's very melancholy, although he did address, this is a huge win and all this, but he was a little, I think he's sad, honestly. I think he's disappointed. I think that he doesn't like to see America in decline. And he says if Biden's reelected, that obliteration will come to America. He says this. Trump said this. And he says that he could prevent that from happening. That's why a lot of people want to vote for him. Anyway, let's see. Army mom, sore losers. Pardon me. All right, what else do we got going on in this wacky wonderland today? This isn't from today, but it was something I noted, and a quite interesting situation that is still developing. Chuck Callisto outlined it on x.com at Chuck Callisto. He wrote, breaking now. Texas authorities are now probing Senator Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law's death as part of a criminal investigation, indicating it was not a conventional accident. It's developing. And Chuck Callisto wrote, the unexpected passing of Angela Chow, CEO of Foremost Group and sister-in-law of Senator Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, is being scrutinized as part of a criminal investigation because of the unusual circumstances surrounding her death. Wow. And people are saying that maybe it's related to China, blah, blah, blah. That maybe it wasn't an accident, all kinds of speculation on the internet about this situation. I'm hoping we learn more soon, but something in the notes just are something to pin on the wall and tie a string to. I don't know, man. Let's move on here. All right, let's talk about the food supply. We just had a record fire in Texas, and this article on endoftheamericandream.com says alarm bells for the United States food supply. They wrote that this article today, they published it, and they said, right now, the largest fire in the entire history of Texas continues to rage out of control. The biggest inferno in Texas history is being fueled by winds and height and high temperatures as it rages Sunday, threatening to incinerate more buildings, cattle, and livelihoods across the Texas Panhandle, while residents sift through the ashes of what used to be homes. Wow. The Smokehouse Creek fire has burned for nearly a week and has torched more than 1 million acres in Texas alone, making it the largest fire on record in the state, and it's only 15% contained. They write that with each passing hour, even more cattle are being engulfed by the fires. Nobody knows for sure how many have been killed so far, so we're still waiting on an analysis of what has burned still. But you're talking homes, businesses, ranches, farms, infrastructure having to do with our food supply. What a coincidence, right? Considering everything else that's going on. We want you to eat bug protein. We think you should eat less meat because it's bad for global warming, all this stuff. And then, oh man, bummer, all the cows are getting burned up in these wildfires. Darn nature. See, we wouldn't have these wildfires if you listened to us and didn't eat so much meat, but coincidentally, the problem is becoming a part of their solution. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just rambling here. This is a horrible situation. This is why a lot of people are starting gardens and raising food, rabbits and chickens and whatever you can. People are doing it. I'm thinking about doing it this year, raising some meat of my own. I need to get cracking on that. That's for sure. Army Mom says, eat seafood. I'm eating seafood tonight. I have some. It won't burn. It can still get polluted though. But yeah, I've got some rockfish from Alaska and that I caught. I'm gonna eat that tonight. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Anyway, seafood's the best. All right, onward. This is scary. Let's talk about immigration, right? This was CNBC said this, surprisingly. They wrote this headline here. And they wrote this headline last week, but it's important. Something that I've been thinking about. And they wrote, the immigration crisis may bankrupt cities such as New York, Denver, and Chicago as federal funds fall short of their needs. Okay. So we all know that illegal immigrants are getting government support from the U.S., and this comes from U.S. tax dollars. They're getting phones, they're getting cards with money on it, they're getting EBT or food credits or whatever, all these things. That amount to, I've heard, more than even what people get in their retirements, from their retirements or Social Security or whatever. So people are not particularly happy. And the question is, when that money runs out or they stop receiving it, what is going to happen in society, societally speaking? I think there might be a little bit of unrest. That's my thinking. So this is extremely alarming as financial struggles begin to arise. It's going to affect all of us, most people. Hopefully, try not to be a victim, though, in all this, right? Do your best to position yourself and diversify and do everything you can to not be a victim of the situation, but it's going to affect a lot of people. A lot of people don't take steps for emergencies. So I think we're all a step ahead in having the foresight to see what may happen because of this. And just something to be aware of. This is why I don't particularly love living, or this is why I don't live in a city, because things can get a little hairy here as this all continues to unravel, especially this election year. It's going to be quite something. I guarantee it. At least that's my opinion. Onward with more immigration information. Fox News reported that an appeals court is to allow Texas immigration law that criminalizes illegal migrant crossings. Wow. You're criminalizing something that's illegal. Good job. This is good. This is good news, but it says here that the federal government can appeal Texas Senate Bill 4 to the Supreme Court. Hopefully we could see a little bit of law and order. It all helps. It all helps, but I don't think this is like the one solution to fix it all. But we need to make all these little steps towards something better. That's for sure. Something's better than nothing. New York Post wrote a headline. They said that more than 8 million migrants will soon be living in the U.S., a 167% increase in 5 years. A 167% increase in 5 years. 8 million migrants. And that is what they've tracked. I mean, who knows? There may be quite a bit more than that. Wow. Good googly moogly. What are we going to do? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right. Onward. Let's see. And this is so silly. So Grassley. Oh my gosh. Grassley's demanding answers from DHS on the alarmingly low number of DNA tests given and taken from illegal immigrants. So they test illegal immigrants. Grassley asks if the Georgia student murder suspect was DNA tested before being released. And this is in response to some of the crimes that we've been seeing, particularly what I just mentioned. And he's just like, first of all, to me, I think they say we collect the migrant DNA just in case there's a crime later. We can connect them and this kind of thing. The DNA thing's weird to me. I don't know why everyone's obsessed with DNA. Like, send us your DNA and we'll let you know like what percentage of you comes from here and there and what your, what genes you have and this and that. Just, sign here and send us a sample and we'll let you know all about your DNA. I don't like that stuff. I don't trust that stuff. I don't know why they're all bent on DNA. Maybe it has to do with like pharmaceutical research. Maybe it has to do with something else, genealogy research. I don't know, but I'm not into it. And it's so silly that he's upset about this. And it's like, I'm just skeptical, right? I'm just being careful here. He's mad that only 347,231 DNA samples were received by the FBI, about 40% of the 853,000 migrant encounters. So I kind of see where he's coming from, but I think there's more here. I think there's more to look at than just what is presented. Okay. You're catching my drift? Army Mom, they're going to clone us. I think they already have. I think human clones have already happened. Yes, I believe that is real. So it didn't, that would be a fun deep dive because I'm almost certain that's the case. Yeah. Let me know if you guys want to have a cloning show. That would be a fun one. Oh yeah. Who knows? It's creepy though. All right. We've got Attorney General Merrick Garland out there threatening to shut down voter ID and election integrity laws. And this is because they're racist and this and that. And we have this internal battle between politicians and between members of the public about this upcoming election. And gosh, is it a tug of war? That's all I'm going to say on that. That's all I'm going to say on that. Here we go again. I'm having deja vu from 4 years ago. My gosh. All right. News from Haiti. They've declared a state of emergency in Haiti. Why, you ask? Well, there's been a massive jailbreak. They write here on RT.com. It's not funny. I'm sorry. I chuckle at this. It's like I chuckle because it's absurd. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because just the amount of craziness in the world today is just like, I can't even put it to words. I don't know. Laughing. I guess it makes me nervous. Not laughing is a response to that. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys understand. They wrote here on RT.com that, quote, Haiti's government has declared a 3-day state of emergency and a nighttime curfew after armed gangs stormed the Caribbean country's 2 biggest jails over the weekend, allowing thousands of prisoners to escape. So gangs just went in and released all these prisoners, thousands. According to multiple media reports citing a government statement on Sunday, the stormed prisons are Haiti's national penitentiary in the capital of Port-au-Prince and another nearby, Croix de something. I don't know how to read these words. I apologize. Nearly all of the 4,000 inmates at the facility in Port-au-Prince are reported to have escaped. At least 12 people were reportedly killed, including police officers during the attack. Wow, this is pretty massive, if you ask me. And where are these migrants going to go? I mean, one can only speculate, but God forbid they come to the United States and continue their crimes, right? Gosh, thousands. Whew. All right. World news, more world news. Crimean bridge attack discussion is a disgrace from Germany. Moscow says they've come out recently and said that there is some recording out there. RT.com covered this. They wrote that Berlin lost face when a recording of the alleged conversation among Bundeswehr generals leaked, according to Russia's deputy UN envoy. So this is coming from Russia. Obviously, take it with a grain of salt. I don't know what's going on. This is just what Russia's saying. Quote, purported evidence of German military scheming to destroy civilian infrastructure begs for an analogy to the country's dark World War II era past, according to Russia's first deputy permanent representative at the UN, Dmitry Polyansky. Polyansky was reacting to the publication of an audio file which allegedly features a discussion between Berlin's generals on how to best assist Ukraine with strikes on the Crimean Bridge and other targets critical for the Russian Peninsula with the use of German-made Taurus long-range missiles. This happens as you've got the West and Europe saying, we need to stop Russia now and give Ukraine all the money they need and all the aid because Russia is going to take over the world. They're going to start with Ukraine, and then what's next? All of Europe, and then what's next? All the world, right? And then Russia, Putin came out, and he's like, again and again, he's said, like, we're not an expansionist country. We're not trying to go any further than here. Our mission is denazification, which is a weird one. People are like, what does denazification mean? Like, Tucker didn't get it when he interviewed Putin, and Putin said that. Tucker's just like, why are you saying that? That's weird. But, it's just it's a nasty situation happening over there, and I can only hope that we just have peace. How about some peace? A little peace. Right, they're going to have to come to an agreement. Both sides give a little. Hopefully, can come to an agreement, and not just with Russia and Ukraine, and Germany and everyone else, but Gaza and everywhere. Gosh, just peace. Is that so much to ask? Remember when there wasn't so much of this going on? That was nice. All right, and I like this. This opinion of China. I don't think I've ever said that before, but it's a good one. China, let me pull this up. Where did this come from? China says, hopes relations improve no matter who wins the U.S. election. This is published by the Insider paper today. They wrote, quote, China said Monday it hopes relations with the U.S. can improve whoever wins the presidential election in November. Beijing and Washington have clashed in recent years on flashpoint issues from technology to trade to human rights, as well as over Taiwan and competing claims in the South China Sea, blah, 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 blah. They wrote, quote, no matter who becomes the president, we hope that the United States can work in the same direction with China and work for a stable, healthy, and sustainable China-U.S. relationship, Liu said. That's Lu Qinzhan, the parliament spokesperson from China. So, you know what? I can relate to this because I think we should take the same approach. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I think most people are going to vote for Trump personally. But, various things can happen. It can unfold in many different ways. Regardless of what happens during this election year, we have to stay I guess measured with our decisions. We have to stay, you can't just I don't know. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Like, either way, no matter what happens, we have to continue living our lives, basically, is what I'm saying here. It's just the reality of the situation, right? Do you guys agree with that or what? It's kind of Interesting thought. Army Mom. This is true. Bird brain needs to get out. Oh, I'm thinking you're talking about Joe. Left Maryland says keep a foot in reality. Yeah, I guess that's a good way of putting it, Left Maryland. Thank you for that. Thank you for that indeed. All right, everybody. And just a reminder, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'll be live at least 5 times a week and posting additional content everywhere. So subscribe, hit the bell, comment, like, all that stuff, please, please. And thank you very much. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Oh, you're talking about Nikki, Army Mom. Okay, right, bird brain. Sorry, I get the bird brains mixed up sometimes. All right, let's see what else. I don't know if you guys saw this, but the United States has dropped its first airdrop of humanitarian aid into Gaza, as millions are facing starvation, they say. Oh my gosh, horrible. And this video came out of this airdrop. Pretty fascinating stuff. Let's take a quick look at that. Airdrop, and an interesting thing there. I mean, it's horrible. People shouldn't starve in this day and age. But again, our country, I mean, there's so many homeless people, a lot of people that need help in our own country. But here we go. Tax dollars being thrown out of planes over Gaza because of this war that could be resolved, right? You'd think. Anyway. Quite depressing. I'm going to need to decompress after this. So that's for sure. So much crazy stuff in this world, folks. Look, I don't write the news. I just report on it. There have been a couple attacks in Crimea. Just recently, there have been reports of another attack. A NATO cruise missile attack, allegedly, according to U.S. Civil Defense News on X.com. And some people are saying it's baloney. Yeah, they're like, really, NATO? Come on. So this could be baloney. Let me see here. This is just a retired military officer's account. Not just, but I'm just saying. Former political advisor to NATO 3-star general, former congressional staffer, wounded warrior, and Iraq war veteran. Stay informed. USA. At Captain Coronado is reporting this. With all information I find on the internet, I'm skeptical, but maybe there's something to it. Let's look. Kirsch, Crimea. Let's see if we can find anybody else reporting on this and confirm this allegation here. It's really hard to find information on this stuff. A lot of propaganda from every side. I mean, Russia says one thing, China says another, the US says one thing, Germany says another. Zelensky comes out and says one thing, blah, blah, blah. It's just a never-ending game of he said, she said. And then you've got a lot of people, independents, putting out various information too at the same time. So it's quite the challenge to figure this out. So I don't think that missile attack is legit. I'll say that. I'm highly skeptical, but there is war happening, and we know that. Oh, Christy, what happened? Christy jumping over here. I had to jump on here because I needed to separate myself from all the angry comments on Rumble. I'm ready to throw hands. Uh-oh. I didn't see any negative comments. I'm sorry if there's any negativity going on. Come on, guys. Don't be negative. Negativity has no place here. Let the news do the negativity. We don't need to contribute to that. But thank you for heading over to YouTube, Christy. You're welcome wherever you want to watch. Okay. All right, let's kind of just take a change from the US news. If there's anything I'm missing, you guys are like, Vince, why aren't you talking about this? Tag me on X, put it in the comments, leave a comment after the fact if you're watching this after I publish it. And I'll take note of that. So leave a comment. I read them all, and you could reach out to me. Anyway, let's talk about AI a little bit. artificial intelligence. This guy, Brian Romel, posted on x.com. He wrote, the entire podcast and influencer empires will be built on synthetic people and voices. At some point in the future, many people will not care, fortunately or unfortunately. It's their opinion. And they published this clip, and this is just demonstrating the current capabilities of one AI system to generate a person and I don't know if this is a pre-recorded voice or if it's an AI voice, but this is a full podcast production produced by AI. Podcast production produced by AI.
My name is Allie, and this avatar is generated by artificial intelligence. This is not me. Even though the mouth movement isn't completely perfect, it does make you realize how good this stuff can be with a little more work, right? These can be used for good, like customizing content for millions of folks, or bad, like scams.
She finishes by saying, be careful out there. Yeah, and this is just one instance of this technology. I think that it can be refined. I think that there are better versions of it already. I've seen them. So quite concerning, especially with more editing and some tune-up by a human hand. You could really fake anything on the internet. So we really do have to be careful of what we see. It's like, man, people, this is going to be an interesting future. Yeah, I'm not into it. I don't want to watch AI in a podcast. Even like a lot of people are actually right now using AI to create content on YouTube and TikTok and all this. And companies are actually creating policies about this. And I don't think it's a very encouraged thing. People do it, though, where they'll use AI to create a bunch of content. They'll create all the imagery. They'll create even the storylines using OpenAI or other AI software. They'll create avatars. They'll do all kinds of things, make all their content with AI, very quickly produce it, and then just mass produce it. And it's, I mean, a lot of it's very low value BS, just clickbait, want to make money, just produce content. And it's an interesting thing, though, with this AI situation that everyone has access to. It's very concerning. And actually, Elon Musk is suing OpenAI over an AI threat. Let's talk about that a little bit. This was breaking at the end of last week. Elon in the suit, it says here, quote, OpenAI Incorporated has been transformed into a closed source de facto subsidiary of the largest technology company in the world, Microsoft. It says, quote, under its new board, it's not just developing, but is actually refining an AGI to maximize profits for Microsoft rather than for the benefit of humanity. Contrary to the founding agreement, defendants have chosen to use GPT-4 not for the benefit of humanity, but as a proprietary technology to maximize profits for literally the largest company in the world. OpenAI Incorporated's once carefully crafted nonprofit structure was replaced by a purely profit-driven CEO and a board with inferior technical expertise in AGI and AI public policy. The board now has an observer seat reserved solely for Microsoft. Unquote. This is according to Courthouse News, who pulled this information from the Superior Court of California documents for this case, which are available. And people dug through this and are basically saying Elon may have something here. 64 and 63, number 63 and 64 in the complaint says, quote, in 2017, Mr. Brockman and others suggested transforming OpenAI Incorporated from a nonprofit to a for-profit corporation. After a series of communications over several weeks, Mr. Musk told Mr. Brockman, Dr. Sutskever, and Mr. Altman, quote, either go do something on your own or continue with OpenAI as a nonprofit. I will no longer fund OpenAI until you have made a firm commitment to stay, or I'm just being a fool who's essentially providing free funding to a startup. Discussions are over. It says here, number 64 on the page 15 of the of the complaint. Quote, in response, Mr. Altman told Musk, quote, I remain enthusiastic about the nonprofit structure. And people are taking out of this that Elon was lied to and defrauded. I wonder what will happen with this case. I think Elon has something there. Ooh, Mr. R getting kittens. New kittens. Enjoy it. 2 kittens? That's a lot of kittens. All right. So let's look at robots. I mean, we're talking about AI. I'm curious. We'll update this story definitely. I'll follow the AI situation here. What is ahead for personal robotics? What ahead? What? This is just kind of written weird. I'm having a hard time here, but it says what is ahead for personal robotics is orders of magnitude higher than the introduction of LLM AI to the masses last year. Don't become a denier. Be ready. I'll show you how. Let's do it together. This is the new world record of full-size humanoid robot. Gosh, it's hard to speak today. Doing robot stuff. Let's watch it. This is a real filmed video according to this post. That's creepy. And they put like a shirt on it. It's got covers. Oh gosh. I'm gonna mute that. I don't want this music here. But yeah, look at these dancing robots. It looks fake. It looks fake, man. But you know, this technology does exist. I think it is real. Whole body dynamic coordination. Wow. Look at that. I mean, they have better rhythm than most of us. That's a real man. That's not a robot. It's a man and a robot. Oh, and they've got is that? I don't think that's Boston Dynamics, dog. I wonder. It's Unitry. It says on the robot's chest. Robot dog cooperating with a robot humanoid. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. New world record. My goodness. Unitry, huh? This was posted by Brian Rommel. Let me type this in. Unitry robotics. I'll keep that for later. Unitry H1 Evolution version 3.0 is what you just witnessed. Ooh, creepy stuff. The future's coming, and it's coming fast. What else? We've got another weird story. I'm going to leave it at that and save anything else for later. Let me go ahead and close that down. Let me see, though. Is there anything breaking right now? Let's check the breaking news. Boom, breaking news. And tune in tomorrow morning. We'll be live again, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. Talk about the news and events. Kick our day off with some coffee. Hey, Forrest, thank you for the ice cream. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so let's check here. Breaking. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing much, y'all. Nothing much. I'm going to take a break for the news for the night after this, I tell you. Maybe I have to update my website and stuff, but let me check here. Let's see. Yeah, Army Mom, I know Bitcoin's hugely up. Huge. It's approaching 70,000. Holy moly. All right. It doesn't look like we have anything right now that I see. Thanks for the follow if you're tuning in live. I appreciate that. Peter, thank you. Anyway, yeah, so we'll keep following all these stories and more. Go over to YouTube or Rumble and follow and watch my A Nation in Decline series. Let me know if there's other cities or situations you want me to cover, and enjoy it. Again, if you'd like, you can subscribe and join the community on YouTube for as low as $3.99, or I think it's actually $2.99. Yeah, $2.99 a month. You can become a VIP member. You get these perks for the live chats, And then that's a VIP membership on YouTube, or you could become a VIP Plus member and actually make suggestions and dictate what content I will create. You could say create a video on whatever you'd like. You choose the topic, and I will produce a video on that topic and post it over on YouTube. And so I appreciate all your support. Thank you all to those who have signed up for that. It means the world to me, and I'm extremely thankful. So thank you so much to the VIPs over there on YouTube. I appreciate it. Christy, you're fine. Don't worry. Everything's good. Army Mom. So Army Mom says no kefir. I'm working on a little series on kefir. The unfortunate thing is you can only dictate what videos I create, not dictate what videos I don't create. All right. So I'm sorry, Army Mom. I'm making the kefir video, and I'll make a new playlist for that. So keep it separate from the news. It'll be my health, more of a health or a different category of video on YouTube. I'll post it on Rumble too for all y'all over there. I'll probably post it on Twitter too. And yeah, so sign up everywhere because it's all over the place. Thank you all for your support. By the way, follow me on TikTok. I just signed back up. I didn't sign back up. I have my account, but I just started publishing new content and updating everything. So follow me on TikTok, VinceTagliavia, if you're not already. I'm posting some personal stuff and little silly videos and trying to learn TikTok. It's whatever. If you like TikTok, I'm over there, and it is what it is. It's kind of fun, but man, TikTok's something, I tell you. Anyway, thank you all so much for your support. I appreciate you all very much. We'll be live again tomorrow morning, so tune in. I appreciate all the comments and feedback and all that stuff. And thank you all. I'll see you soon. Take care. God bless and God speed.
We do a little trolling. It's called We Do a Little Trolling.
2024 may be the year of a black swan event.
The 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help."